Hi, I'm E.D. Lewis, and welcome back to my channel for another E.D. Lewis reviews. Before we get started, remember to hit that bell and the subscribe, also hit like, and please leave a comment at the end of the video. I love reading comments, as long as they're nice and not, mean or insulting or inappropriate, because nobody likes those. That's a big no-no. We should always keep that stuff to ourselves. Anyway. But anyway, and also, if you're interested in following me on social media at all, please see that information down below in the description. So, all right, it is March. We are on our way to spring. For those of us who have experienced really, really bad cold and kind of freezing temperatures and below freezing temperatures, some of us more than others. I mean, it was somewhat bad here, and we got below freezing, but other places it was far worse. I feel so sorry for those people, and my thoughts and prayers go out to them. So, seems like the winter got bad more toward, this ending portion than it did the other. I'll move a little bit. So I got Henry off my shoulder a little bit. That's Henry up there. I don't think I ever introduced him when I was going through my bookshelf tour. But yeah, that's Henry. He's Henry 2.0. I don't know how that works off the top of my head. Anyway. I used to have another skull I called Henry. So I wish I could put lights in him and figure out how to make him talk, like put a little microphone. He'd be Henry the Talking Skull. But, oh. Anyway, so I am not doing a February wrap-up video, and I'm not doing a March TBR because, my TBR hasn't really changed. I am still, trying not to do too many TBRs. I will probably do one for Half-A-Weenathon once that gets announced, and I don't know if I'll be able to do all the prompts for it. It should be coming up within about a month or so, actually, is when they'll announce it, and I'll probably start on it early, because sometimes my reading is kind of slow, and when other things are going on or other things are occupying me, it's even slower. And sometimes I can read pretty quickly, so it varies. So this is one of the books I read during February. I actually started at the end of January, but I would kind of set it to the side, work on other things, read other things that I had planned on reading for February anyway. So it kind of got the back seat on enough throughout the ending of January and throughout the month of February. But I read The Fog, or just Fog, because this is available. This is a point horror, but it's no longer point horror. Point horror doesn't exist anymore. It is published through a different company, not even Scholastic anymore. And it's been retitled just Fog. It's part of a trilogy. I only have the first part because this was from my sister owned this. This is like an original copy from 1989, I do believe. Yes, when my sister was a teenager, and so she was reading these books, and she only had the first one, as far as I know. So I would like to finish the trilogy, but who knows when that'll be. But they were retitled where they took the word "the" off, so it's instead of The Fog, it's just Fog. So that's why the title of this video is just titled Fog by Carolyn B. Cooney. It is an interesting book, and when I started reading it, I had no idea it was Gothic, actually. I just started reading, I'm like, this sounds so like a Gothic story. And after I finished it, when it was advertising the second book called Snow, or The Snow, it says down here at the bottom, don't miss any of Carolyn B. Cooney's books in this trilogy of Gothic terror. So I'm like, I knew it was a Gothic! Because I just started reading it, so it was an accidental Gothic. So I think it might go on my Gothic side of my library. Because, my Gothic side's all over here, which is most of my books, and then I have my Dark Shadows, which is also Gothic. Then I have my horror, and some miscellaneous and collections down below. So I think I'll move it to my Gothic side, actually. Since my Gothic side has mystery, horror, romance, general Gothic fiction in it, so anyway. And this is a young adult horror novel. It is very psychological horror, and I've even read some of the reviews while I was reading it on Goodreads. Sometimes the reviews on Goodreads are kind of bloodthirsty because they just kind of sometimes attack some books, and other books they don't. Even like books that are really well liked, it's like, I don't know. it's kind of weird and sometimes terrible what some of the reviews on there are. But then again, I'm not mean to attack anybody's point of view because everybody has their own point of view and stuff. But I mean, sometimes people do call on there and also on Amazon, call books, like, this is trash, don't waste your time, don't read this, it's crap, and be like, well, I don't feel like you should do that. I know this is my opinion anyway, so don't hate on me because I'm giving this out, because I mean, they're giving their opinion out, and so I have to respect that. But I don't think you should call a book garbage or crap or anything like that. It's okay if you don't like a book. Someone else might like the book and might enjoy it, and they think it wasn't a waste of money. If you thought it was a waste of money, I'm sorry that you felt that way, and maybe the next book you buy, you like better, and I'm glad that you like it. But everybody's got to like something, so you know. If it's not your cup of tea, it's not your cup of tea, but I don't think you should go out and tell other people don't read it. That's just not good. If you didn't like it, you didn't like it. You don't have to read another by the author But this one got some really good ones, though, so a lot of people really liked this book, so I was really impressed by that. And the way it seems like the story's rather kind of a slow burn, and for the longest time, I wasn't really sure what was going on for sure, or the reason why it might have been because I was expecting maybe something else was going to happen, something like really profound, but no, it was just a slow burn. I gradually started to figure out, oh, that's what's going on. Okay, never mind. So I was, more or less expecting something different to happen. But yeah, this is very I wouldn't call it Gothic romance. I call it Gothic horror, psychological horror, something along the lines of like Flowers in the Attic in a way. But no incest and no rape or anything like that. So this is about a girl named Christina. She's just turned 13. I was going to say she's like 14. No, she's 13. And she lives on Burning Fog Isle, just off the coast of Maine. So when the kids enter 7th grade, they have to leave the island and go to school on the mainland. Well, she does, along with a few other little bit older kids that she knows really well that are her friends. Well, she's really excited about it and stuff, but she's heard that they kind of, the mainlanders kind of look down on the islanders, which they do, but she's still excited. She's sure she'll have lots of friends. She'll have just grand old time. She'll do great in school. Her teachers will love her, she'll love them. It's just, basically the dream. Well, she ends up having to room with the principal and the 7th grade English teacher, who's his wife, and it's the Shevingtons. They own this inn called Schooner Inn, or I don't know if inn, when it's INNE, if it's still pronounced in or if it's pronounced een for some reason. I have no idea. I've never seen that, and that may sound like I'm just I've just never seen it. I've never heard anybody talk about it before, so I don't know if it's pronounced differently or not. I know if you can spell like grill with an E at the end, and the E is completely silent and doesn't change the pronunciation, so I don't know if that's the case. We're just going to go ahead and call it Inn. So Schooner Inn, and it's like right on the edge of the cliffs, right by the ocean. And it's amazing it's even still standing, but there's a legend connected with this place that an old sea captain owned it, and his wife committed suicide off the. She, like jumped from the railing into the sea, and so it's believed that her ghost haunts the place, and it's haunted, not just by her, but possibly by the captain, maybe. I don't know, but so anyway, so Christina and her friend Anya end up having to room together, and Anya starts to kind of lose it a little bit. She starts talking about the sea, like the sea's going to get her, and the sea's alive, and it wants her. Well, Christina's noticed that also that, she seems to be being pushed into this by the principal, Mr. Shevington, and his wife. And, who appear to be like this, perfect, nurturing people and stuff to all the parents and the school board, but they seem to be quite sinister and stuff, and the only people that seem to notice is some of the children, but they never say anything, except for Christina, who has the courage to try and stand up to them. Well, she sees what they seem to be doing to Anya, and she's trying her best to stop it, trying to find proof that, that the Sheventons are evil and stuff. But who are they really after? Are they after Anya and her soul, as Christina calls it, or are they really after Christina? And what about the children who have gone before them? What happened to them? I don't want to give too much away. It's a very quick read. I just, kind of read it off and on throughout the month. It's like, if you don't read the preview, the one page, this is an older copy anyway, so I don't know if the newer copies the Kindle has a preview, like a one-page preview for the second book or not, but it's like 216 pages if you don't read that preview, and then like 218. So like I said, this is an older copy. I liked this cover better than I do the other ones. The one that's on Goodreads is an updated version, but it still says The Fog, and then there's the Kindle versions that have completely different covers. And I don't know if this is supposed to be Anya, technically, on the cover, or if it's supposed to be Christina. Anya does have dark hair, but Christina has tricolored hair. And also, she wears a red shirt, like, during the big climactic, like this big red night shirt that's like triple or quadruple XL. So I don't know if that's supposed to be like referring to that or not, but so I assume it's maybe Anya, but then again, maybe it could be Christina. I know the girls on covers don't always match up, but so this is a good book, for if you like the old, 80s, 90s YA horror books and Gothic books. Or if you want something, kind of a quick read, you can check this out. So, it even says madness or death on the back. So, I mean, if you get your hands on an old copy, awesome. If you have the newer ones, that's great too. But this book is still very much available. Some of the books from this time were not republished, like the last one of these that I read from Point Horror, and that was Sister Dear's, I read for Halloween-a-thon last year. It's not published anymore, as far as I know. So, I mean, if I'm wrong, someone let me know if Sister Dear's is still being published. But check that one out, too. It's even shorter. But this is only, just over 200 pages. And it's a fairly quick read. Also, something interesting about this copy, I think they shortchanged the back cover a little bit. So, yeah. I've had this book for... I was like in middle school or elementary school. No, I was in middle school when I got this. My sister's had it since it came out. Since 1989, so I've had it over 10 years. I don't know how many years for sure. I'd have to try and guess and figure it out. I have a hair out of place or something, and it's bugging me. But anyway, that's what I have for this video. I don't want to ruin it for you. I don't want to spoil it too much. So check out Fog or The Fog by Caroline B. Cooney. That's bugging me now. So... it's interesting, and if you get a chance to read the whole trilogy, I'm sorry that you have to see me do this. Let me know what you think of it, or if you have read the trilogy, let me know what you thought of it, because it's interesting. And someone had said in one of the reviews, like I said, it's got pretty good reviews on Goodreads, that they should that Netflix should turn this into a series, or like a 3-part, do a movie off each one. That'd be interesting. I could see where they'd probably add some stuff to it. Kind of like Lifetime did with Flowers in the Attic a little bit. They kind of altered it slightly, but you still got the gist of the story, and you got most of the events that happened in it with a few minor additions. So I could see it happening, and that'd be really interesting to see. So check out Carol B. Cooney's Fog or The Fog, and I will see you guys back here really soon. I have a couple tag videos that I've been tagged on in and I need to do soon, and I'm planning on starting to read Wuthering Heights soon enough, and that's on my TBR, and I'm currently reading The Ghosts of Dark Hollow by R. St. Clair, who is Regina of Regina's Haunted Library, from her Dark Chronicles series. And I'm currently reading the first book in the Bridgerton series. So, yeah. So check out, like I said, the book. You're going to get tired of me saying that. And I will see you guys back here next time. So, take care and stay safe, and bye-bye.